If you're watching this video right now, you're probably a software engineer that is lacking motivation. You don't want to code, you don't want to solve problems. You're just done with looking at all these crazy lines of code, looking at debug statements, jumping back from the browser, or adding breakpoints into your code to figure out what's going on. And let me tell you, I was the same way too. Now, I've been in the field for over a decade. And some of the things that I've learned was that you can't put too much emphasis on working harder, meaning putting in 12-hour nights, sitting there, not really taking breaks and trying to solve a problem and then actually introducing more problems to the flow. The biggest thing that you could do is actually look at what you could potentially solve in that given moment and take breaks as much as you can, because what's going to happen is you're actually going to burn yourself out. And I've been burnt out multiple times in my career. Okay, multiple times where I came to the point where I hated coding. I actually wanted to jump into something else. I wanted to change careers because I felt like I wasn't fit to be a software engineer. And then after I took frequent breaks, I learned different systems on how to attack a problem and how to learn new things. That's when I became more passionate about it. Like, I'm very passionate about coding in terms of building something from scratch, figuring out a complex problem, and also helping others achieve their goals as well. Because it's not about me, it's not about the code itself, it's about whatever knowledge that I do have as a software engineer. I want to give that back to the developers that need it. You have to understand that motivation will not always be there. You might have certain days or weeks where you're not motivated, and it's probably the projects that you're working on. But at the end of the day, once you get through working on those projects that you probably don't even care about, you're gonna have a sigh of relief, like, hey, I finished this, you know what I'm saying? And being able to say, I get to code, I get to solve problems, I get to wake up every morning and write code that solves a problem and also build something that other users are gonna be using it's amazing. It's amazing to say that because not a lot of people can make it in this field. And you are the special person that made it. You have to understand, like, this is not easy. Software engineering is not easy. We're using our brains every single day to solve problems and figure things out logically. And at a business use case, the same thing, dealing with communication between different teams. There's a lot going on, and you have to have the mental bandwidth to do it. And a lot of people think that it's the glamorous life where you're just sitting here like remote and doing whatever you want to do. But to be honest with you, being remote, I feel like you have to do more. Like, you feel like you have to do more because there's not like, oh, I'm at an office and now I did my 9 to 5 and I can get to come back home. When you're at home, you're comfortable, you get to work in your environment, no one's bothering you, and you might just get things done quick, and you feel like, okay, well, I could get this done, so I have to deal with it during the week, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to something that you really don't care about, you're gonna just be like burnt out. You're not gonna be happy about it. In my experience, these are certain things that I've looked into to be motivated every single day. Whenever I'm working on a problem and I solve that problem, I always celebrate the small wins that I have, the small wins of the day. What exactly am I going to accomplish today that will make it easier for me for the next day or the entire week? I compile a list of different tasks that I need to get through, and I make sure I work on the hardest task in that list. And the reason for that is because it's delayed gratification. The harder the task is, the less dopamine hit that I'm gonna have throughout the week. I wanna make sure that whatever I'm doing, the small little wins to that hard task that I'm taking to complete that task, that at the end of it, I'm happy that it's done. I'm like, oh, I went through everything, I got it done, and now I can focus on other things. Okay. Celebrate your small wins. Celebrate fixing that bug. Celebrate refactoring a piece of the project that has been an issue for months. Do something that will give you that satisfaction that, hey, I'm actually making a difference here. If you understand the steps that you're taking to make a difference in what problems you're solving on a day-to-day basis, you're going to have a different mindset. You're actually going to enjoy coding every day and figuring things out. Okay, even if you need to take a break, bro. Like I emphasize taking breaks as much as possible. But if you can't do that, just work as much as you can and take those breaks in between those coding sessions. It's gonna help tremendously. Instead of just working on something and just going with the flow, how about you just create a system? Create a system that will set you up for success every single week. Okay, like, but I just talked about with working on the hardest tasks every single day. That's what I do. I create a list of all the tasks that I need to work on for the week, and then I have like a sticky note, and basically it's like, hey, do this task first, and this one, this one, this one. I'll check it off, then I keep going through the list until I'm at the end of the list by the end of the week. Sometimes I get it done in like 3 days. Sometimes it takes the entire week to finish because you know things happen. People need your time. They're reaching out to you to help you with help them with certain things, and you have to do what you got to do. Meetings that come up here and there that you have to take care of, you have to do what you got to do. So at least keeping yourself accountable to keeping that list with you and making sure that you work on those problems will make it easier for you to actually stay motivated. What is the reason why you're a software engineer? What is the reason why you get up every day and you want to code? Go back to that. Look at the bigger picture here. What is the main purpose that you got into coding? Was it because you like to build things? Just because you're working on more complex problems doesn't necessarily mean that it's not for you. But if people are pushing you to get things done all the time and you don't really have any help, that's gonna definitely cause an issue with staying motivated. Because I would hate for someone to be on my shoulder and being like, hey, get this done. Let's go. Get it done. I'm like, no, I'm going to work at it on my own pace. I'm going to get things done the way I need to get it done. And we're going to do it the right way. Just throwing code over the fence and then having to fix it later is not productive. It is a waste of time. So answering these questions and doing the right things will keep you motivated. Okay, so think about the reason why you wanted to be a software engineer. Think about that and remember that there are so many people right now trying to be a software engineer. Okay, they're trying to get into the tech space, and if you're already in the tech space, you are very lucky. Very lucky. All right, so look at it from that perspective. You get to do this. Not a lot of people are gifted to do this. Software engineering is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my career. Okay, like it took a lot of work, a lot of grinding time to figure out how to solve problems. And there were days where I was just like, yo, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Just the problems were way too complex. The people I was dealing with was annoying. They wanted things done a certain way. And that's just not how I work. I had my own flow, I had my own systems, but I learned how to adapt my systems to the needs of other people to where not only it's about me, but it's also solving the problems of other people. Always track your progress, man. Track your progress. If you're not making progress, you need to make adjustments. Usually it's just that you're not using AI tools, okay? I'm sorry to say that, but a lot of people are like, I don't want to use AI because it's cheating, or like, I'm not really gonna learn how to code. Trust me, if you were to prompt AI to help you solve a particular problem and actually break down exactly what the solution is to that problem and understand the code, you'll have a better perspective. All right. So start using these AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, GitHub Copilot, whatever you prefer, Cursor. Start getting used to using these AI tools. It's going to help you with your productivity, your learning. You're going to be more motivated to solving problems because now you have AI helping you with like the smaller things and you can focus on the bigger picture, the business logic, the workflows, all that great stuff. Rest is very important. Rest is very important. If you're not resting, if you're doing 12-hour nights like I used to do, you're not gonna be happy, bro. I'm just gonna tell you, like, if you're not solving a problem and you keep introducing more issues and you're asking people for help and they're not helping, you're going to be frustrated and you're not gonna want to code anymore. But you have to have the right people to kind of motivate you in that way, especially if you're working with a team. If you have good mentors that could guide you to not only pointing out the mistakes that you're making, but also how to get better from them, you will be motivated to code every single day. Okay. And to that point, if you need someone to help you with your motivation or just help you just review your code or talk about coding in general, hit your boy up at the fullstackbro@gmail.com, bro. Just hit me up via email. We could talk, we could figure things out, and you could tell me exactly what the problem is. And if you're trying to interview for a company and it's hard to do and you don't know where to start, you're doing leak code, you're doing all this stuff, I could create a mock interview for you guys and we could go through everything. All right. So I just wanted to point that out. But having a mentor will help you tremendously with everything. You don't have to do it alone. You know, a lot of people like to do things alone, and there's so much further you could get by yourself. You need to have other people, like-minded people that are either more knowledgeable than you, or just have a different perspective and not look at one way. The last thing I just want to tell you guys is don't give up, bro. Just don't give up. If you, for example, if you need to take that time to just not do anything, take the time. Take a week off. Do something that you enjoy. Don't let one instance, one bad, week or month separate you from your dream. Everybody goes through hard times. I've been through hard times as software engineering so many times. You have no idea. Okay. Dealing with fire drills with websites going down, in the middle of the night. Your boy had to get up in the middle of the night and figure it out. Dealing with performance issues on the app and try to troubleshoot that. And, you have plans to go out, but then, you're the only point of contact that needs to deal with this stuff. This is why working with a team that takes accountability is better. But I don't want you guys to be discouraged. I don't want you guys to be like, you know what, this is not for me. It is for you. The problem is that you got lost in your way and you let the stresses of other people bring you down. So if you take that time to just relax, do the things that you want to do, come back to it, don't even touch coding, right? Forget about it. Then a week later, I guarantee you, you're going to be way happier. You're going to be way happier and you're going to be motivated to get things done. Because maybe all it takes is just taking a week or two off. Trust me. Also going to the gym too. If you like to go to the gyms or you don't like to go to the gyms, just start doing something. Doesn't have to be working out in general. How about just going for a walk? You know what I'm saying? Go for a walk. You don't have to, like, if you're in the office, do something. Like for lunch, just take a walk outside, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be cooped up. Like I work remotely, all right? So I make sure to get out the house every single day. I'm not cooped in the house. I can't do it. Okay? So you got to make sure that you set time for yourself. Set that time for yourself. Love yourself. And, if you need a mental break, take that mental break, bro. So that's it, guys. That's the video. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know why you're unmotivated right now. You know what I'm saying? And we could talk about it in the comment section. And like I said, if you want to reach out to me just to answer any coding questions and all that stuff, we could schedule something at the fullstackbro@gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. All right. We'll talk soon.